How is it going, guys? The time has come for the last mission guide of factions. So this is Imperial Sanctum today, aka defeat Shiro and do it in less than 3 minutes, and that's all we gotta do. Back in the days this mission caused headaches for the players, but 17 years later I think this became a rather easy one. Shiro himself is an assassin, but technically he is not a boss, and if you don't believe me, watch my old Shiro myth busting vid, the link is in the description. Anyway, he uses monster skills, let's check them one by one. First we have Battle Scars, this is a stance, and for 7 seconds Shiro's attacks gain life stealing equal to the highest damage he takes while in this stance. I may have misunderstood this one, I don't know, but I believe if Shiro does, let's say 100 damage to a party member, that's 100 life stealing for him. The next skill is Echoing Banishment. This is a shout. Target who is banished to the mist and his spirit bound to Shiro. If the spirit binder is destroyed, the spirit is freed. This means this will teleport players or henchmen to the mists and also summon a Shirokan which fights alongside Shiro. If you walk all the way back to the portal, or the Shirokan is killed, or if you die from those spirits, you will be returned to your allies. Killing one of those summoned Shirokans results in a morale boost which can be used out in some solo builds, and I will talk about it later. The next skill we have is Impossible Odds. This is probably the reason why people got destroyed by Shiro back in the days. All hexes are removed from Shiro, and for 10 seconds all of Shiro's attacks are double strikes and he can hit nearby foes. Shiro transfers any conditions from himself to foes he hits. Wiki says the description is somewhat poor because Shiro attacks twice rather than his attacks are double strikes. Nonetheless, if his HP is less than 25%, he will use this skill, and if your party stands close to each other, he will deliver lots of strikes to everyone, killing party members and healing himself since his attacks are mostly life steals due to battle scars. Meditation of the Reaper is another interesting skill. Shiro absorbs the next 500 damage, and when this skill ends, he steals 20 HP from all foes for each second this skill was active. You must do 500 damage on him as fast as you can, otherwise he will get healed much. Reposting Shadows is the next skill. For 20 seconds Shiro can shadow step to his enemies and attempt return attack. Finally, he has a passive skill called Natural Resistance, and this halves the duration of conditions and hexes on him, plus it gives him HP regen. This is not a Shiro only feature, most prophecies and Ivanor bosses have the same as well. Now you know Shiro's skills, and we can actually talk about the ways of defeating him. Obviously, if your hero team is meta, you don't really need any changes or tips, you will simply destroy him even in hard mode. Still, let me give you some general tips and show you some easy kills. My number one tip for a hero team is a skill called Earthbind. I think many of you will hear this for the first time, but with this Ritu skill you are able to actually knock down Shiro and many other creatures which otherwise have stun immunity. My typical hero setup works against Shiro too, although the ST and the SOS Ritus need some changes. The ST obviously needs the Earthbind skill, and my SOS is full of damage oriented spirits now. With this hero team all you need is a knockdown or several knockdown skills, like you move like a dwarf, brawling headbutt, or anything that causes an easy knockdown and has relatively low recharge times. Those skills are good. For the 6th and 7th heroes I brought warrior and ally henches. They have celestial skills which deal nice damage. Also they can add much to your group's defensive power with ward against melee, watch yourselves, and Kai Ying has knockdown skills too. So when you are ready, hit enter mission and get the celestial skill if you want. This is only optional, you will see I did not use it, but feel free to use if you want. We get Mello as an ally, he's a decent healer and he can die in this mission, it does not mean game over. So after some walk on the bridge, we get a cinematic, skip it and start microing your heroes. Make them place both their defensive and offensive spirits, displacement, shelter, Synod of Spirits, Earthbind, and so on. When you are done, aggro and use the knockdown skills as often as you can. Spirits and the E-Surge Mesmers do a nice job, poor Shiro has no chance. As you can see, even though he used impossible odds and battle scars, he was not able to hit much because of Earthbind and the knockdown skills. The next clip is another example, Great Dwarf Weapon. If there is no melee in your group, you can use the Legionnaire too and put GDV on him. Same effect, same results. Some other team builds rely on a lot of hexes which trigger on attacks like Spoil Victor, Spiteful Spirit, Empathy, Insidious Parasite and so on, but I think it's safer if you don't give Shiro a chance to stand up. I wanted to test my Earthbind knockdown hero team to the limit, and actually you only need 3 heroes, 1 SOS, 1 ST and 1 Mass. Melno will heal us and Spirits will protect us from attacks, just don't forget to bring some knockdown. Even with a 4-man group we finished the mission in 1:30 minutes, so it's pretty good. Alright guys, a Shiro guide would not be full without an Elementalist solo build. You know, LAs are one of those few characters who can actually solo Shiro and do it faster than 8-man groups. First of all, get Lucas the Henchman, start the mission and talk to Kunawang, accept her celestial skill and go straight to Shiro. After the intro, use Armor of Earth and Stoneflesh Aura, then use Arcane Echo and Echo in this order. Aggro Shiro, and when he stopped moving, use Celestorm, Echo and Celestorm and the copied Celestorm again. Then quickly use the Abba Battle Standard of Honor to increase your DPS, and in case Lucas is banished and the Bound Warrior dies, you can use all 3 Celestial Storms again. For more safety you can use Sliver Armor and Ward Against Melee, and that's it. In case you want to run others, ask them to don't interfere, go left or right, and always bring Lucas with you. Our next solo is a classic assassin build. Advise to bond yourself with for additional damage and defense, then put the monk hero to safety. Activate critical agility, critical defenses, flashing blades and critical eye, and spam the dagger skills on recharge. I beat him in roughly 2 minutes with this build, so it's not that bad. And that's it guys, Imperial Sanctum, the last mission of Kanta. I hope you had fun, please consider subscribing, and as always, thanks for watching and see you next time.